He had the nystagmus with the vertical north-south, north-south, north-south bouncing of the eyes. And he just a lack of focus. And the doctors kept attributing it to he's premature, and he just has to settle in. His body's just trying to grow and get used to the new surroundings. And I just felt that there was something more to that. So I was respectful, let time pass. But I did, whenever the doctors asked, "Do you have a concern?" I would reiterate, yes, I do have a concern with the eyes, and I think that there's a lack of focus and a lack of just being able to strengthen and hold them still. I said, but I know the doctors were saying that it's just a prematurity thing. And finally, when Derek was 5 months old, one of the doctors agreed with me, and we went to the specialist, and that got the ball started with the whole diagnosis. And it went quite quickly. They did it within a week. They did an MRI. Within a month, they did an EEG, and we had a diagnosis. So we didn't struggle, but I do think it's important that even if someone's saying no, 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 I think it's important to still politely say yes, yes, yes. Please listen. This is a concern. Derek had some other medical issues going on. Just the fact that he was still on a heart and lung monitor because of a separate newborn issue. So we were, and I dismiss that, but that probably is a legitimate part of the story because he was so fragile when he was first born. I think it was just another element. I dealt like just another medical thing that we were just having to deal with. The heart and lung monitor went off. We'd have to zip over to the hospital. Oh, okay, now he's blind. Not that you can simplify it that easily, but it did make it easier to digest because there was already so many other things going on.
The guilt is that you started them out with something that below, or you started them out with a deficit, because most of society goes with visual cues. So you started them out behind, which is the last thing a father ever wants to have for their child. Makes me more determined to find the cure.
We were told originally that Derek was going to receive, he was getting nothing, that it was just blackness, that he was not getting any light perception at all. He was non-mobile at the time, and we had a fiber optic jack-o'-lantern, and the fiber optic waved through the red, then the green, then the blue, and his head turned in the direction of the jack-o'-lantern. And I said to Doug, he saw that, and Doug said it was just a coincidence, so he moved it, and his head followed and turned. So like that to me was a very moment, because we were told he was going to get nothing, and now I'm saying he's not getting nothing. He's getting something. This is real. He really is interacting. So you get these glimmers of hope that reignite your fuse we're going the right direction. This is going to get better.
Determined to try to make my children's life as the same as everyone else's, giving them the opportunity to achieve, to be good at something, to be great at a lot of things. That's my goal. We don't in any way restrict them. We kind of encourage them, to go ice skating. It's kind of remarkable when you go ice skating with two blind children, how open the ice gets in front of you, and there's not so many people skating in front of you, but we try not to restrict them in any way.
We were at the library, and they had like a little mini petting zoo that they brought to the library, and of course everybody wanted to touch the turtle and everybody wanted to touch the rabbit. They brought out the snake, and everybody backed away, and Derek didn't know that his peers were no longer standing next to him. And they walked, Derek, would you like to touch the snake? And of course, he reached right out and he touched the snake. And Mommy, don't you want to touch the snake? And I had that deer in headlight where I don't want to touch the snake, but I don't want him to know I don't want to touch the snake, so now I have to touch the snake. So I put my hand forward and I touched the snake, and that was the first time I had ever experienced a snake.
He's going to be what he wants to be. He's going to be... and hopefully he'll be the best at whatever he wants to be. as well as Meredith. I mean, I believe that both children are going to strive and to be the best, but again, time will tell with that. We have worked, in collecting monies for the walk each year.
The first year that we walked, we raised a little bit, and a little bit from 100 people is a lot bit. And the next year we raised a little more, and I am not adverse to talking about the children. And in talking to the children, it's amazing that your accountant wants to help with a check, your dry cleaner wants to make a donation, the dentist can't give you any money, but he can give you a power toothbrush that you can auction off. So fundraising for me is pretty easy because you just have to be creative. The children and I and Doug's side of the family helped with, we did a hot dog sale at the local Walmart and, raised some money. We sold pizza cards. We were selling Rita cards. So you just have to be creative and not be afraid to ask. You can ask 100 people, and if 100 people just give you a little bit, that's still a little bit more than we didn't have before.
6 years ago or 5.5 years ago, if I knew what I knew now, I would become extremely involved in the foundation. I would strive every year to just double, if not triple, the contributions that we create to the foundation. Again, striving for the cure. The sooner the better.